Hey, what's going on, guys? Today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to remove your tire and put on a new inner tube for your Razor MX500 or MX650. Right here, of course, as you can see, the tire is already off, and the reason being is I did a full front wheel assembly swap on my MX650, which is right there. The rim was bent. I have that video already up on the channel, so you guys can check that one out there. I'm going to be swapping this inner tube, which this inner tube is still good. The tire is bad and the rim. I'm going to be taking the inner tube out though, because I purchased a brand new tire for my MX650. This front tire was bad as well. We got a 17mm wrench on this side, a 14mm wrench on this side. Go ahead and hold one tight and loosen up the 14mm one. If it is jammed, really stuck, then take your rubber mallet. Be very careful holding this side with your left hand and taking the rubber mallet and whapping this down. Just make sure that does not come off and hit you in the face. So wear protective goggles and just be careful of that. Once that is loose, the 17mm nut will screw off, and then just know the way it is completed on there. You have the nut and a washer. You have a spacer this way with a little lip on this side going into the bearing. Again, same thing on this side, your raised up lip of your spacer going into the bearing, a washer, and the bolt right here on the 14mm side. So again, put it back together that direction. We're going to remove that completely. We're going to lower the wheel down, and then I'm going to show you exactly how to remove it, just like a bicycle tire from the rim here. And first thing we can see here is don't let your inner tube get like this. That's going to put a lot of pressure on the stem of it, and you potentially could blow your inner tube. So when you put the new one in, make sure this is straight. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to let the air out of the tire. If there's any air in there, which I have a bunch, I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. Obviously, it's going to be really annoying hearing the swishing sound. We're going to let the air out of the tire, and then I'll have these linked in the description box below. These are bicycle tire removers. They have a little clip on the edge there. These kind of hook into your spokes if you need that, but these are very simple. I'll show you kind of with one hand. I will show you once I remove the air out of the tire. All right, once the air is out of the tire, you're going to go ahead and come into the edge of it here. Just don't go too high up or too deep. If you are trying to spare your inner tube, you don't want to pierce the inner tube. And then I've locked it into one of my spokes there, as we can see with the other end hook. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the other one and we're just going to slide it down the edge of the tire here. That's going to bring this side completely up. You might be able to just kind of pull it off as well, but we're going to do it that way and get that tire off. And then go ahead and push up into the stem of the inner tube, and then go ahead and just peel off the tire. You might have to use a little bit of force, but it will come right off. Just watch that stem of that inner tube. You won't be able to get it off if it's sticking in that hole there. Okay, so what we're going to do now with that is we are going to inflate it just to give it a little bit of shape. We're going to stick it back in the tire that we're going to use. If it's new tire, new tire. If it's an old tire, the old tire. Okay, with the inner tube in the tire, now we're going to stick the stem in our little stem hole there, and we're pretty much going to be doing the reverse process now. With your hands, you can put one side on first, and then we're going to need our clips here to go ahead and slide on the other one. Okay, once you have one side on, then you're going to go ahead and take your little clip here, as we can see, and we can see this is not on quite yet. So again, being very careful to insert it. We don't want to pierce the tube. We're going to insert it like this, and then we're going to slide it all the way around so this seeds inside of the rim there. And there you have it. Now just inflate it to the proper PSI, which on the side of the tire says 40 PSI. That's max press. Go ahead and slip it back in, and you guys are all set, ready to go. We are tightened up. Again, remember, bolt, washer, spacer. And if you're having trouble inserting it, remember you do have an insert that you have to slip it through. That's in the middle of the rim. It might just slightly kind of edge off, but if you kind of twirl it clockwise as you insert it in, it'll align inside. Another spacer, washer, and nut right there. Inflate it to 40 PSI max press, and enjoy your new tube, new tire on your Razor MX500 or MX650. You guys have a great day. Look in the description box below again for these parts, and check out my channel for the other video. Again, I did a whole entire front wheel swap, battery swaps, custom paint job on my MX650. I'm going to be doing that on the MX500 as well. Subscribe and smash that thumbs up button. We'll see you guys in the next video. Again, look in the description box for those links. Take care. Bye-bye.